everyone, it's your girl Satin, and I'm back with another video to convince you to go natural with Saturals. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on that post notification so you can stay up to date with all the amazing content I have for you and grow the Saturals family. Today we are talking about self-care. Self-care is a process of purposeful engagement and strategies that promote our overall health and well-being, right? So essentially the term is described as the conscious acts that we take in order to promote our own physical, mental, and emotional health. There are so many forms of self-care. It could be ensuring that you get adequate sleep every night, or stepping outside to get some fresh air or some sun, or taking a nice relaxing bath, which is actually at the top of my list, is one of my favorites. So as part of our self-care series, in our next video, I'm actually going to be showing you how to make your own relaxing, refreshing, nourishing self-care bath at home to get you in a relaxed and healthy mind state. So like I said, turn on that post notification bell so you can stay informed and never miss a video. Self-care is just vital for building resilience towards those stressors in life that we can't eliminate. So one of the most important things we can do for ourselves is nurture our mind, our body, and our spirit. And today, I'm going to discuss some of my favorite ways to practice self-care with you. One of my favorite ways to practice self-care is through a good skincare routine. I mean, of course, you know, skin health is extremely important to me, right? So our skin is the largest organ on our body. Therefore, it's extremely important that we care for it properly. A proper skincare routine can set the tone for our day, and in the long run, it helps us to keep our skin soft, supple, and youthful. And I even include my fiance and my daughter in my skincare self-care routines. So we do this thing that I like to call Mask Monday. So I make us a personalized mask. My daughter, it's like a fake mask. I just like put something on her. But for me and my fiance, we do it. We watch our favorite shows, and it serves as kind of like our bonding time together, right? So there are numerous ways in which we can practice self-care, but focusing our efforts into improving our skin health plays off not just mentally, emotionally, but in our health. And in this critical time of, you know, like COVID-19 and this pandemic, I find that there's a direct correlation between my skincare routine and my mood. When I look good, I feel good. So taking the time to nurture my skin affects my mind and my body. So it boosts my confidence. It gives me a sense of control over, you know, how my day will go, because I'm structuring it around starting off with that skincare process and ending it with that as well. So you can check out my video on my skincare routine and surefire products that I recommend from Saturals that I make handmade and create and cultivate on my own. And I'll put the link in the description box below for the video. And for my viewers, I will actually be offering 10% off all of the products that I include in that video for you using the code selfcare22. The link in the code will also be in the description box for you, and I will also be doing a video soon on some of my favorite skincare accessories, so look out for that. Right. Another important form of self-care, I would say, is physical self-care. We need to take care of our bodies, right? And we want to keep them running efficiently. So keep in mind, there's a strong connection between our bodies and our minds. So when we're caring for our bodies, you'll think better, you'll feel better, and you'll do better. So physical self-care includes how you're fueling your body, how much sleep you're getting, how much physical activity you're doing, how well you're caring for your physical needs, you know, attending healthcare appointments, taking your vitamins daily, your medicine if you have them, and just managing your health are all part of good physical self-care. So when it comes to physical self-care, ask yourself questions like whether you are getting adequate sleep. Is your diet actually fueling your body so you have energy to take on the tasks that life throws at you daily, right? Are you taking charge of your health? Are you getting enough exercise? So as part of my New Year's intentions, I like to call them intentions instead of resolutions, because I feel like when I'm setting an intention, I'm actually doing the work. I'm gonna make sure that I'm not just intending to do it, I do it. I know they're probably the same thing, but I just like to call them intentions. So I'm moving my body daily. I'm being mindful of the foods that I'm consuming to ensure that my body is actually moving towards being at its optimal level, right? So I also got engaged last year. So it's time to get this body in gear for a wedding. And as some of you know from my previous videos, I actually became a first-time mom in the height of the pandemic in 2020. And I put all my focus into being a mother, you know, ensuring that my daughter's health was, you know, good and she was well taken care of, and making sure that my house was safe in this time. So I kind of neglected myself in doing that. So I failed to prioritize, you know, my health and my well-being as far as like exercising and staying fit. So now I'm putting myself first. I'm making sure I'm getting up in the mornings and I'm working out daily. And like I said, I'm eating properly so that I can ensure that I'm here in the long run for my daughter, and also in the best capacity that I can be mentally, physically, and emotionally. Another form of self-care is mental self-care. So the way you think and the things that we're filling our minds with greatly influence our psychological well-being, right? So mental self-care includes doing things that keep your mind sharp, like puzzles or learning about a subject that fascinates us or a new skill. So you might find reading books or watching movies that inspire you actually fuel your mind, right? Mental self-care also involves doing things that help you stay mentally healthy. Practicing self-kindness and acceptance, for example, those words of affirmation: I am great, I'm powerful, I'm strong, I am resilient, I can do anything. They help us maintain an inner healthy dialogue. So one thing I like to do for my mental self-care is take 30 minutes in the morning as soon as I wake up, and then 30 minutes at night prior to going to bed, free from any computer screens, my cell phone, the TV, and any outside noise to reduce those outside stressors. So in this time, I do my reading and my sleep meditation. And I find that in silence, I find solitude. And I think we all find solitude in silence. And, you know, you have those aha moments. So I find in these times I'm able to plan my day ahead and also calm my mind before bed, so I'm getting that optimal sleep. So when considering mental health, you want to think about, are you making enough time for activities that mentally stimulate you? You know, are you doing proactive things to help you stay mentally healthy? Another form of self-care is actually spiritual self-care. So research shows that lifestyle, including religion and spirituality, are generally a healthier lifestyle. So nurturing your spirit, however, doesn't have to involve religion. It can involve anything that helps you develop a deeper sense of meaning, understanding, and connection with the universe. You know, this universe is all energy, and we get back what we put out, right? So whether you enjoy meditation, attending a religious service, praying, spiritual welfare is extremely important. So my favorite thing to do is actually meditate. So I usually start and end my day with the meditation. And as I said before, in these moments, I'm able to calm my mind and set my intentions for the day. And I get to practice the pause, you know? So I say I practice the pause in small steps. So I say you can do it in 3 ways. There's daily, weekly, and quarterly. So daily, I take like a 5 to 10 minute break every hour just to step away from whatever I'm doing and make sure I'm, like, you know, re-energizing myself. Weekly, I like to set aside one day where I literally do the bare minimum. So I get all the things in the house done and I just kind of relax. Quarterly, I like to go away for like a week or a couple of days to just have a little getaway and do things that nourish my mind and spirit. So I like being outside in nature. Like I said, I like traveling. So some things to ask yourself and consider as far as like spiritual, you know, self-care is, are you engaging in spiritual practices that you find fulfilling? That's extremely important. So another practice of self-care is social self-care. Socialization is key to self-care, but often it's something that we neglect, and it's hard to make time for our friends and other relationships. So it's easy to neglect them when our lives get busy. So close connections are important to our overall well-being, right? The best way to cultivate relationships that are meaningful and fulfilling is to put time and energy into building them, right? So during COVID, we're here in this time where it's like socialization and the aspect that we had it before is not the same. So it's it's kind of hard. So, you know, there isn't a certain number of hours or anything that you should devote to your friends or family. It also just really depends on what your needs are. Everyone has a different social needs level, you know? So the key is just to figure out what your social needs are and to build enough time in your schedule to ensure that you're creating your optimal social life. So to assess what your social self-care needs are, you should be asking yourself, like, am I getting enough face-to-face time with my friends? And are you doing things to nurture your relationships with your friends and family? Do you feel fulfilled? Another form of self-care is actually emotional self-care, which is at the top of the list, right? So it's important that we have healthy coping skills to deal with the uncomfortable emotions that we have, like anger, stress, depression, sadness, etc. Emotional self-care may include activities that help you acknowledge and express your feelings regularly and safely. So whether you talk to a partner or a close friend about how you feel, or you set aside time for leisure activities that help you process your emotions, it's important to incorporate emotional self-care into your life. So one of my favorite ways to practice emotional self-care is to disconnect from the world totally. And for me, that's via vacations and mini getaways. I love to be in nature. So doing things that fuel my soul, like hiking, breathing in fresh air, they help me gain clarity and process my emotions in a healthy way, while I'm also appreciating all the beauty that this world has to offer. So one of my favorite self-care getaways was actually this past summer. For my birthday, my fiance actually surprised me with the little glamping at a getaway house in New Hampshire. And it was actually our first, baby-free trip after a year of being parents. So these are like these little tiny cabins in the woods located all over the country, and they are free from the outside distractions. There's no electronics and things like that. So it's a perfect time to decompress. And I left feeling stronger emotionally, and I just felt rejuvenated. So I will insert a clip into this video so you can see how amazing this place was. And I'll also link in the description box below the getaway house website, so you can book for yourself. I don't have like an ad or anything with them, but it was amazing. And I think it's a great thing for everyone to experience. So when assessing your emotional self-care strategies, consider, do you have healthy ways to process your emotions? Do you incorporate activities in your life that help you feel recharged and feel better? So having an effective self-care routine has been shown to have a number of important health benefits, like reducing anxiety, stress, depression, improved resilience, improved happiness, increased energy, reduction in burnout, and stronger relationships. So you want to do things like developing a self-care plan. So an effective self-care plan should be tailored to whatever your life needs are. It needs to be something created by you. It's not one size fits all, like I said, and customizing a self-care plan can actually act as a preventative measure to make sure that you don't get overwhelmed, overstressed, that burnout. It helps you avoid these things. So you want to assess your needs and make a list of the different parts of your life and major activities that you need to engage in each day. Consider your stressors. Think about these areas that cause you stress, and consider some ways that you might address this stress, which could be any of the tips that I gave you in this video. You want to devise self-care strategies. So think about some activities that you can do that will help you feel better in each of the areas of your life. So take small steps. You don't have to tackle everything at once. Like we live in this society where everything is go, 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 and social media, and there's all these like pressures coming from outside to get things done or live a certain way. And like really, life has no timeline. You don't have time to squeeze in, one more thing all the time, but make self-care a priority. So the demands of your daily life can dictate, what type of self-care you might need the most. Like I said, it's not a one-size-fits-all strategy. So your self-care plan will need to be customized to your needs, just like mine is to mine. And, like what's going on in your life. You don't want to wait until you reach that breaking point to say, okay, now I want to care for myself. So you want to, prevention is better. You want to be proactive rather than reactive. So the goal is to take steps each day to make sure that you're getting what you need to deal with the stress and challenges you face in your daily life. These are some of my favorite self-care practices, and I hope that they help you and give you some ideas on ways that you can also practice self-care and nurture your overall well-being. Thank you again for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. Peace. Satin.